Hello, it's pproteus here, back for another Pauper challenge, playing with Boros again. I have attempted many times in the past 2 months or so to record another challenge, and every time I do, something comes up, or the challenges go abysmally for whatever internal reason on my end. I even had one challenge where 3, maybe 4 games went to time, and I thought that would be very unsatisfying, but otherwise I recorded very well. So I'm going to try to do my best to keep things flowing smoothly. This hand is decent. It's got a prophetic prism. That's all I really need. I don't want to have anything bad happen. So anyways, the reason I said all of that is that I'm just going to try my best to make things go smoothly here because they haven't been going smoothly for the past 2 weeks, so I'm going to post this no matter what. So Colony Garden in general makes me think Hexproof. I think Hexproof is a decent meta choice right now. And I don't have a lot of game against it, I think. Prismatic Strands is a good one for sure. Okay, I didn't expect Rancor to go on the plant. Yeah, didn't expect that. I don't have another land, which is the main problem here. So I'm gonna go searching for a land with my Glinthawk. Because I don't have a land, I'm just gonna use this to get an extra mana. Or I guess I'm not really using the Glinthawk to get an extra mana, but I'm playing the Glinthawk without using a mana. And eventually one of these Galvanic Blasts is going to hit the plant, so I don't have to worry too much there. So my goal is to kill pretty quickly. So I'm hoping to hit my land drops and then get to Battle Screech. Pile Sentinel is pretty bad in this matchup. My opponent can play all the 1/1s they want, and it's not really relevant to me. But I am pretty concerned by what my hand is going to be able to do, because right now it really can't do anything. I do have Metalcraft, so I'm thinking I want to just attack my opponent's face. Sounds like a reasonable plan. I think. Maybe the Skyfisher will keep my opponent's creatures back, or at least the 1/1s back. And then I can Galvanic Blast them, because of course I can't really Galvanic Blast the creatures. Alright, do I block here? I don't think I block because I'm not actually preventing any damage in the long run. I'm only preventing 2 damage right here. So I think I can probably do better than that. I would like to draw land, untap land in particular. Vial, okay, so Vial lets me do that same play with the Glinthawk bouncing the Great Furnace. This is really awkward, and I admit it, but at least I'm getting these free 2/2 flyers because I'm basically not spending any mana on them. That's pretty good. And my opponent's got a terrible start. So, despite the fact that I agree that I don't have much game in this matchup, my opponent's not really doing anything, so I don't have to worry too much. Knowledge is a good one. And they now have untapped Blossoming Sands, so I am afraid of Armadillo Cloak, because they didn't have access to that before, and I guess they're preparing to put it on their Aura Gnarlid. And I'm going to get to attack my opponent for 6, hit them down to 5, which is not enough to Galvanic Blast for lethal unless I draw another burn spell. But at least my life total isn't in danger. Man, this is so awkward. I'm unhappy. I think I just attack and then hold up the vial for the Aura Gnarlid. And this way, my opponent, if they have big white auras, they're gonna have to put them on a hexproof creature and then gain maximum 3 life. That's my goal. I wish I had the prismatic strands up, and then this would just be game. But because I don't have a third land, that's not really gonna happen. This looks not too bad. I should be able to. Well, my opponent is basically pretty close to dead here. So here, Armadillo Cloak, and it's on the Hexproof guy. Okay. I guess they could have a second Hexproof guy here. I could hit. So my opponent's going to go up to 8, and then this is lethal, unless they have a fog or something, which I really hope they don't. I definitely don't block the plant here. Although I guess I'm not really playing around anything specific. I could think about ways to play around fog, but that just doesn't seem like it'll end with me winning the game. So, lethal? Lethal? Okay, there we go. Now I'm holding up prismatic strands and that's game. Okay, so that was pretty weird. So, here's my deck. I've been up and down a few things recently, but stayed pretty constant overall. Got 1 Sanctifiers, 1 Prismatic Strands, 1 Rally, 1 Electricity in the main. So in this matchup, Electricity, that's a pretty good card. Standard Bearer is also a pretty good card. Circle Protection Green I think is pretty good because they have to remove it. Pyroblast does, like, it counters Bogles, but not much other than that. Palace Sentinels is pretty bad, so I'm thinking about taking out all of them. Journey to Nowhere can hit or a Gnarlid, so that's not as bad as some other options, so I'll think about it. And then, of course, my Bolts and Gull Face. Battle Screech is a great card, where really my game plan, my plan A is to Battle Screech turn 4, Rally turn 5, and kill them. So I haven't actually faced Hexproof in quite a while, so what do I cut? I don't really know. Cut 1 Journey, 1 Bolt. Maybe. Shouldn't be too bad. And so basically to win this matchup, I need to get lucky. And game 1, I definitely got lucky because that was just a poor hand on my opponent's part. Not that they did anything to deserve that. That just the downside of playing with the deck. So this hand, it is lacking in several important things, but like, for example, a rock. But I get to draw cards and I get to play lands, so I'm not worried yet. I may have to become worried depending on what happens on this turn. The thing that doesn't have is it doesn't have a clock, and I'm worried again. I have to try to win the game quickly before my opponent starts gaining life from Armadillo Cloak. And so I don't really, with this hand, have a great plan against that. Of course, Sanctifiers, maybe we'll take out an Armadillo Cloak, but that is challenging, and it doesn't stop my opponent from putting me to a low life total with the first swing. Okay. Sure. Lots of Utopia Sprawls. If they're not doing anything, I'm going to cycle my land. Standard Bearer is a good one. I do like that. I have to choose between playing a Vial. I don't want to discard. Galvanic Blast is not really going to kill anything. So I think I blast here. I need to garrison because I need to play Standard Bearer as soon as possible. I think it's fairly straightforward that my game plan is to stop my opponent from landing an Armadillo Cloak. And if they have no more lands and Ledgewalker, and they don't have an Armadillo Cloak, then I can get them. Otherwise, I'm pretty screwed. So I couldn't have prevented that by doing basically anything else. I do have the Standard Bearer now, so my opponent isn't going to be able to crush me yet, and then I can Sanctifiers on turn 4. So I'm still, the game isn't out of my hands yet. The Armadillo Cloak was the one thing I was afraid of, but now my opponent needs an answer to the Standard Bearer. So things are looking okay. Are there any flash threats I should be afraid of? I think I can just hit. Oh yes, Electricity is also something I want. I think I can just hit. So Sanctifier is going to come down and eat the Armadillo Cloak, which is great for me. Also, I noticed that my opponent chose green with both Utopia Sprawls, and that is relevant because Hexproof players usually have Flaring Pain in their sideboards, and if they had that, they would probably bring it in against Boros deck that plays Circle Protection and Prismatic Strands, but this suggests they don't have it. Oh, okay, well, got a concession. That was a really fast round 1. This deck has been playing this really long, grindy matches, so I think I'm doing a good job here. Excited for the rest of the tournament. I've been doing badly in round 2 historically in the tournaments, so I'm going to cross my fingers to see if I can get this one. See you next round.